Runda, what do you have that that you want to share today?
All right. So I guess in the theme of UGC content, I started to think a little bit more deeper into like the business portion of this entire industry. So in today's business of these UGC sponsorships, the current structure is currently where these content creators are represented by an agency or listed on a larger creator marketplace for brands and businesses to just search up and then brief them on the promotional campaign content. And these brand style content or partnerships and collaborations in this marketplace. So to a level, these brands are actually trying to find the creators, which for a marketing manager or a social media manager to actually find is actually pretty time consuming. And sometimes these brands are actually just engaging with these creators via DMs and or just the contact emails to find their management. But then I thought, wait, you could potentially turn this entire behavior on its head on going, instead of these brands searching for these creators, let's just have the creators search for these branded partnerships or sponsorships to a level that one of these platforms, #paid, has this feature, but their feature is more kind of like giving you like a short brief, but then the creator still has to go through these type form fill outs where they have to go through a selection process. But then I noticed that there's a behavior in advertising industry competition markets where a few organizations have created these competition type of briefs where brands are submitting these briefs for these competitions in real cases of like these business problems to places like DNAD New Blood or One Show Young Ones or the National Advertising Challenge locally. These competitions are essentially like a creative bounty system where these brands are submitting their brand challenges for creatives to claim the problem or like find a solution for an interesting campaign. So what if there's like the UGC version of that where creators can just like submit now? So when they see I'm going to brand these branded bounties and creators, the whole context is brands list out these branded collaborations in the form of like these partnership opportunities and branded bounties. And creators, all they have to do is just like submit their video. Just like take out the entire type form fill out and then just like have all these creators, whether if it's like on a platform or like a gated system, to just like submit their video immediately. And then once the brand gets like a certain threshold of like all these videos submitted, they just like pay out to the ones that they select to publish. And I feel like that entire system will just like remove 90% of the wasted time that's being used currently in the search selection process for these social media managers or social strategists or marketing managers to essentially kind of shop around the marketplace. Let's just like stop wasting time on shopping within the marketplace and just have contents to select and then pay it out to the partners that you're going to work with. And then you can even like make it into a PR stunt initially when you launch this platform, like the contest for the biggest brand bounty, where sometimes you see these branded campaigns for the world's best job. And then it turns out to be like for Australia tourism, where the job is paying $150,000 a year to watch an island, to take care of an Australian island or something. But then in this case, it's like, oh yeah, just like how absurd you can take this payout for a branded bounty, which you can make like $100,000 bounty for the platform for someone to just like potentially submit a 1 minute long talking head video. And then the brand can just like heavily advertise the contest instead, and then just try to promote that behavior for all these creators to submit to their branded bounties. And then in the end, select one 1 minute video of a random creator doing a talking head a phone in their bedroom or something, the whole like PR you can generate with that, it's gonna go national, where all the major like Globe and Mail or like local news will just be like, oh yeah, they will essentially advertise for you with the press releases, going like, oh yeah, you want to win $100,000 by just submitting a phone recorded video that's 1 minute long, and it takes.
So when do we start? So the first time, it's almost like, is it in a sense, it's like these brands are posting what is kind of like a job application almost, right? And then your resume, that quote unquote, is essentially your video that would be that content based on the brief pretty much that they're posting, right?
Yeah. So in this case, it's like taking poker chip bets. So the brands are essentially setting up like the betting table, and then you're kind of like getting all these creators that are placing their bets to potentially win. And then eventually there will be a winner. And at the end of the day, someone will get selected for a payout for that branded content. It's just that it makes the search selection process just like more streamlined and then just like simpler instead. Write out exactly what you need from a brand's perspective. If you're like a decent brief writer, this entire market will award a well-written brief instead of like just people wasting hours just finding the perfect creator.
Yeah, and like cold DMing and whatnot.
Yeah, it sounds like an idea that would not only, well, number one, save brands and agencies money, but it would actually just really allow for a more democratic approach to the whole process of finding the best creators for the right products. If anyone, then they'll have an equal chance of getting picked as the same person that may have more followers than them, or maybe just has a more connected talent rep or something like that. Just taking all of that out of the picture and just letting people submit to these brands if they're so passionate about these brands that they are willing to just make something with their own time for free. That's great. I don't know if anyone has heard of it, but 99 Designs. It sounds like a really similar idea. On that website, it's all for graphic design though. Doesn't cover video, but it's essentially called 99 Designs because you put out a call and then you'll very quickly get 99 versions of that design, and then you'll be able to pick one of them and then pay that person. And it's usually the type of thing where you're paying them like $200. So in the world of agency pricing for this type of thing, that really kind of just shows that this is a validated sort of a validated thing that has been done for other services that companies need to get content for their socials. So I think that's an awesome idea, and I love the inherent virality of it because you'll be building an army of video creators, and you'll have this insane bank of every. I mean, that actually culling through all of the terrible videos that you would be getting would be a challenge. But if you can, and you can, find those
AI
gems yourself.
You get AI to filter out the horribly formatted videos.
Yeah, that's the upsell. That's that's for once you start getting. Yeah, that's your enterprise plan after you have your first round of funding and you're like, okay, we've got to get our cash flow going here. Well, yeah, somebody should definitely do that one, because that would just, I think that honestly might just be like a good thing for the world to have, because there's so many people out there that I know that could be wicked UGC creators, but they just don't really like fully the avenues of how to get connected with the right people that will actually get you the gigs to be making the videos that are going to be going out on these brands' accounts.
Yeah, that's a huge thing, is like being able to, like, if you're a really good video creator, but you don't have the like skills to, like you said, get those connections. Like that's why, a lot of people are so multifaceted these days and like wear so many hats. And I know people who are their own like managers and their own agents and whatnot, because the more skills you have in this day and age, the better off you're going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Okay. Well, that idea was sick.